Hey guys, welcome back. Today I'm doing a full face of first impressions. I just uploaded my haul video and I showed you some of the things that I just recently picked up from Sephora, Macy's, and online, and I thought that I would show you these products in action for the first time. I have, however, used some of these products before filming this video just because I couldn't wait, but a lot of it you will get my first initial reaction, but all of the products are new and you haven't seen them before. So there were some really awesome things in here and there were some really crappy things in here. Some things that I was really shocked and surprised at. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this video, and if you want to see more of these kinds of videos, let me know because these are fun. I like these. Yeah, so let's get started. So I'm going to start off with the eyes just in case these shadows have any type of fallout. If they do, I can just wipe it away. If I were to do my foundation first and they had the fallout, then it would be really complicated to fix that because it would have stuck down here and ruined everything else on the face. So I'm going to prime my eyes. This is not a first impression. This is just my Painterly paint pot. I always use this to prime my eyes because it's my favorite, so I figured I should use something like this. You know, something that I know that I love. That way I know how the eyeshadows really do perform. Okay, and then anytime I prime, I just set the entire eyelid space with some powder. That way the eyeshadow doesn't catch on some areas and not on others, and it'll make it so that everything is easily blended. If you skip this step when priming and you find that your eyeshadow doesn't blend easily, try this out. It'll change your life. Okay, so I have two sets of new eyeshadows that I'm going to be using in this video. The first is these ones here from Luxie Beauty, I believe is how you say it. They're individual pan eyeshadows and they are supposed to be very comparable to Makeup Geek eyeshadows. I'm going to use my dirty brushes, which I need to clean. I'm going to take my E40 from Sigma and I'm going to go right into both of these shades. I'm just going to mix them together. Truffle and Dirty with a U. Dirty. Mix it. Okay, so these have a ton of like powdery stuff that comes out, so you don't have to be as aggressive, but oh my gosh, it's actually a lot. Just going to work this in the crease of my eye. Okay, they're very pigmented. I need a mirror. Okay, those were a lot more orangey than I was thinking they were going to be, but that is okay. I'm gonna go over that a little bit with this color called Heaven from the Too Faced palette, just because that was really like orangey, and I didn't want it to be that orangey. I wanted it to be a little bit more nooch. So I'm taking this right on the edge and lightly going over top of it just to neutralize it a little bit. That helped. I'm going to take Honey Butter, which is this shade down here. I'm going to start to kind of flick this look outwards because I want it to be kind of like this cat eye over here. So I'm starting out here. I'm just making sure I'm not too close on my ferrule because if I do, it's gonna mess it up and go like a big chunk out here. And you really want it to be more wispy, so I'm kind of like flicking this outwards like that. I'm gonna take this smaller brush from Smith, it's the 230, and I'm gonna pick up Chicory from Luxie. I love shades like this, so I hope this doesn't let me down. Pop this here in the outer part. This brush might be a little too fluffy for what I'm trying to do. It's working in this outer crevice. Okay, I'm gonna switch to a smaller brush. This is the E25 from Sigma, just so that I can really get this in here without making it too blurred out, because I want this to be more of that wing. Okay, so I find that these, at least this color, is really kind of chalky and it's falling out a lot too, which is very weird. It's kind of like splotchy, like some areas are darker than others. Maybe the shimmer shades will be different, but so far I'm really not liking the matte shades. I wish I chose a different look for this because I was excited about this look. So I might do like this look again, but with better products. I don't know. All right, I'm gonna take my 242 brush from MAC. I'm gonna try to apply it just dry. I'm first gonna take that golden shade, which is called Georgia on My Mind, and put it right here. Okay, that's like see-through. Look at that, it's not sticking at all. Do you see that? It's like just like flaking off my eye. I do like the two lighter shades that I first initially put on, these two shades here, but the deeper matte shade I tried, these frosty shades, they're just like flaking on my eye and they're not going on frosty at all. Makeup Geek actually sent over their new collection of foiled shadows and foiled lip glosses. First, I'm going to take Firefly. It looks like this. It's kind of like a bright orange. It's a little bit more orangey than I was wanting to go, but I do know that these are probably going to have some pigment. Okay, so far so good. I can actually see it. It's like not the color I was wanting. I'm gonna take the color Hocus Pocus. It's kind of like a little bit more of like a rosy shade. And on the back side of my brush, I'm gonna pick this color up and put it over here. I just used the Garnier Micellar Water. I've talked about how I didn't like this before, and then people said you're supposed to like let it sit and then it removes the makeup, and like I've done that too and it doesn't really work. My other makeup wipes work so much better. And then I have been using it for stuff like this, like cleaning up the edge, but more times than not it messes it up. I'm gonna go in and use the Makeup Forever Starlit Powder number 13. Jaclyn Hill used this in a video and she talked about it a lot on Snapchat, and it's like supposed to be great for highlighting your cheekbones. It's supposed to be very intense, but it's also great as like an eyeshadow and stuff. This is what it looks like here. Use just a touch of it to highlight my brow bone, yes, and go over this area because all of this is looking like poop. So I'm gonna move on to the face just because I'm so tired of messing with my eyes right now. I'm first gonna prime with the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer in Light. It helps with oiliness throughout the day, but when you put it on, it just feels like a moisturizer. It doesn't feel like you're putting on anything too matte. For foundation, I'm gonna be using the Giorgio Armani Power Fabric Foundation. I'm in the shade number 5. I do have on a self tan. This is what the bottle looks like. It just looks like, I don't know, all of their foundations look like this. But it's supposed to be very full coverage, a matte foundation, and it has an SPF of 25 in it. It smells like an Armani foundation. It's all fancy. Oh yeah, it definitely is full coverage. But it doesn't feel very like heavy or thick, so that's nice. Wow, it really is matte, but just feels really soft. It doesn't feel like drying or like thick and cakey. It just feels very lightweight and like just matte. It's really nice. I don't have a new concealer to use. I'm just gonna use my Born This Way concealer from Too Faced, and I'm gonna conceal under the eye here. Okay, so I went ahead and contoured my face. I set my under eye concealer, added some blush. Now I'm gonna highlight. This is the Estee Lauder Heat Wave highlighter. This is like really raved about in the industry. It was discontinued for forever, and then I have a feeling that they reformulated it. I don't know if they did or not. When I tried it on, it was like extremely glittery. It didn't give like a beautiful glow. It was just like chunks of glitter. So I don't know. I'm gonna apply it, and then I'm gonna put the Makeup Forever Starlit powder on top, which is like an eyeshadow pigment. I'm gonna use my Real Techniques setting brush to do this on the cheekbones. I mean, yeah, it's really pretty underneath, but there's a ton of glitter, like chunks of glitter go everywhere. This, I feel, is gonna be like, so we'll see how this goes. I'm gonna put this on my cheekbone. Okay. Okay, it's actually really pretty. I thought it was gonna be like too crazy, but it's actually really nice. Okay, that's nice. I like that. So the eyes are complete. I'm gonna go ahead and work on the lips. I have a couple of lip products here, but I really am eager to try the Makeup Forever liquid lipsticks. Apparently these are supposed to be like the best and most innovative and amazing lip formula for liquid lipstick, so I'm gonna try that out. It might be a little nude for me today, but whatever. I do have a lip liner. Where did it go? I'm gonna first use the Bite lip liner in number 20. It's kind of like a deeper nude. Okay, so now that the lip liner is on, I'm going to go in with the liquid lipstick. This is in the lightest shade, number 101. Smell is not offensive. Okay, okay. I like that. That was nice. It's like butter. Ooh, and it's comfortable. A lot of times when stuff is really hyped up, I get very skeptical because I feel like sometimes it's amazing, sometimes it's not. Like, quite a few things in here. So yeah, this is very nice. It doesn't even feel like I'm wearing a liquid lipstick. It feels like I'm wearing a regular lipstick. It's very matte. It dries really quick, and the applicator is different than anything I've tried. It is a doe foot, but it's a little bit more stiff, so I feel like you can get very like precise with your application, and that was like really quick. The last product here that I have to try is the Tatcha Luminous Dewy Skin Mist. I have tried this before in the past, but only like once or twice. I am not going to spray it all over. I'm just going to spray it here and here because that's pretty much the only place that I want to be extra dewy. So this is the completed makeup look. I'm going to go over all of the products really quickly and just give you my final thoughts on the products after using them. First off, those eyeshadows from Luxie. Not a fan. They're just very chalky, very inconsistent. They're only $5 a piece, I think, but so is Makeup Geek, and Makeup Geek is like 10,000 times beyond better than these. That was kind of a downer. This Too Faced Natural Love palette, this is really nice. I'm not huge on palettes like this because I like to create my own palette and kind of something like this, you know, like make it my own. But if you don't like palettes like this, you would like something like this because it has pretty much every color that you need. I think it is lacking a good highlight shade for the brow bone. There's this one here, but it's very chunky and glittery. They don't really have a good frosty shade that would work, but it does have a lot of variety, a ton of shimmer. If you like shimmer, you would really like this. It doesn't have a lot of matte variety, but overall, it's a pretty good palette. This product here wasn't really a first impression, but I just have to keep raving about it. It's the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer Light. It's amazing. If you have oilier skin, your foundation will last forever, and it's just awesome. I can't believe that I waited so long to try this, but I just have to keep talking about it. This foundation, I put it back in the box, but the Giorgio Armani foundation is amazing. I'm very impressed with it. Usually by the end of the makeup, I start to get a little dewy right away, but so far I haven't. I don't really know if that's because of the primer, because this is so amazing, but so far this is great. I will try it without this primer specifically in the future so that I can really test this out and see how it works, but so far so good. I think I matched the color pretty well, and I shopped online, so just a little tip: if you're ever buying foundation online, Google swatches on a bunch of different skin tones. Find someone that looks like you that does swatches, and then you'll know your shade. That's how I always shop for foundations online, and it works almost always. This Heat Wave highlighter from Estee Lauder, I'm very disappointed in this. I feel like it just looks like glitter chunks. It wasn't worth the money in my opinion. I just, I don't know. It kind of sucks because it's so raved about, and I don't know. Let me know if they changed the formula on this. Not digging it. I'm actually going to return it. This product from Makeup Forever, I think I need to use it more. This is the Starlit Powder. Jaclyn Hill was raving about this. This is really beautiful, but I feel like I have other highlighters that can do this and more for my cheekbones that is easier to use, and it isn't such a pain in the butt. The packaging is really annoying, and plus this was like over $20. I don't know. I just feel it's a good product. It's not bad. It's just, it's not for me. I feel like it didn't really do anything special. I have products that do this that I like just as much, that are easier to use. You know what I mean? But it's not a bad product. These Makeup Geek pigments that I use to kind of like fix the eyeshadow that got all messed up, these are probably good. I can't really give my opinion on them yet because I use them over top of those other eyeshadows. Like, I should have taken those off before I used this. I didn't like them today because of the colors. I wish I had a different color to use, but I'll have to try them again, and so stay tuned on those. I'm not 100% sure how I feel about those. Ending on a good note, I really like these. This lip liner is amazing. It's the Bite Beauty number 20 lip liner. It's exactly the shade I was looking for, kind of like a deeper nude. This liquid lipstick is amazing. It's so comfortable. It's matte. It's applied really easily. It dried nice and fast. I like this. These two things are really great. And then stay tuned on the Tatcha Luminous Dewy Skin Mist. I mean, I'm sure it's amazing. I just have oily skin, so when I use it, I'm only going to be using it in the cheekbone area. And then when I don't wear makeup, I will apply it all over my face. I'm most likely going to be using it for that the most. So stay tuned on this as well. So that is everything and all of my final thoughts. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It was really fun for me to film. I was definitely surprised by quite a few of the products in good ways and bad ways, I guess. So if you want to see more of these videos, please let me know down below in the comment section. And if there's anything that I'm using in this video that you think I should use in a different way, then maybe I would like it, just let me know. And also give me your makeup recommendations for things that I haven't used before, or something that you haven't seen me use before that you would like me to use, or you think that I would like to use. So yeah, thank you so much for watching and hanging out today. Hope you're having an awesome day, and I'll see you later. Bye.